Let's bring in my friend Luke Grant, Radio 2GB broadcaster. Luke, we'll come to some other issues, but given I've just outlined some back history about the Biloela family, I can understand the sympathy Australians will have and those scenes from that lovely community of Biloela tonight. But having been there in government, mopping up the mess of 50,000 illegal asylum seekers last time, the residual Rudd-Gillard catastrophe on our borders, I tell you, I'm not sympathetic to anyone who has 7 cracks at the court system in Australia, all the way to the High Court, are found not to be refugees at every single point. And then there's this legal try-on ongoing related to their children now, and they refuse to go home. And suddenly, people like me who have this legal view, pretty tough-minded but fair legal view, is seen as immoral or not kind. There are people around the world who'd love to come to Australia. The last thing we need are the people smugglers back in business.
100% correct. And you know what, like so many, unlike many of us, you had a front row seat when, under the brilliant Prime Ministership of Tony Abbott, and you as his Chief of Staff, with the help of ministers and others and the ABF and others, you had to deal with this problem. And it's been dealt with. Now, the trouble I've got with this, and look, I agree with you, Peter, we gave them, you get 7 cracks, and every effort is funded by the Australian taxpayer. You know, have another go, fair enough. But there comes a time where, look, sorry, computers say no. But in this, the problem here with Labor saying, and I heard Tony Burke's grabbing your Canberra report there saying the policy hasn't changed. I agree with what Scott Morrison once said, and probably Tony Abbott said it, you probably said it. You've actually got to believe in this stuff. It's a completely different thing going to the people when you're wanting their vote to say, oh, you know, we're just like them, there'll be no difference here, blah, blah, blah. But when you've got, you know, the teal independents, or you've got a Senate and you need support and you don't really believe in it yourself, my goodness, you're susceptible to just, you know, change things. And even today with Jacinda Ardern, if he's going to change the way we deal with New Zealanders, then they just don't believe in it, Peter. So we should be really concerned.
And I have to say too, with the Medivac legislation, you'll remember that from Karen Phelps, 200 plus people came to Australia under the guise of needing urgent medical attention. Most didn't even stay in hospital for any great time. They're all out in the community on visas to carry them over. I mean, this is the problem. It's no mistake that we've had 2 boats since the election come to Australia from Sri Lanka. And if you don't think people smugglers will be sending those pictures of the family coming off the plane in Biloela around Sri Lanka tonight as a bit of a marketing tool, you are kidding yourself.